Greetings and salutations, folks. Where we are back in Mass Effect 2, we are still knee-deep in side missions. There are so many side missions. Why, thank you. It's still strange that fuel is a thing in this game, but... And it's only a thing in this game. In Mass Effect 1, 3, and Andromeda, you don't have to worry about fuel. They decided, you know what, we're going to try that out. And, it wasn't really particularly interesting. So I got like a shipwreck to investigate, smuggled cargo, another crashed ship, the Normandy crash site, which is just kind of like it's a boring little DLC. I might just do that right now just to get rid of it. The Cerberus operative, and then we got Firewalker missions, Project Overlord. The only main missions we have would be Archangel, Krogan, and where is the prisoner? Recruit the convict. There we go. Sorry. My eyes just kind of glazed over that a bunch of times. What to do first? Let's make our way throughout the galaxy. Let's go, explore a crashed ship. On the planet of Neath, an anomaly has been detected. Damage to the ship. Catastrophic. Detecting no movement. No signs of organic life. You know, considering the dangers that AI pose, I would imagine that it would be very useful to have some sort of method of detecting inorganic life. Let's bring along, let's say, Miranda and Kasumi. Oh, hold on, cancel. What is her other appearance? She looks like something, I guess. Like an evil nun or something? I don't know what kind of look she's going for. She's got 2 points and can't spend it. Did her, I guess her talent points must have reset once she got her loyalty. Or should I say, once I got her loyalty.
A sandstorm is approaching from the northwest. Proceed with caution.
Oh, okay. Also, what voice was that? That's a different person talking than usual. That's kind of cool, looking off in the distance. I don't see too much to actually... Oh, hello.
Captain, short-range sensors just went offline, and I'm locked out of helm control. The VI is reporting malfunctions all over the ship.
Are there malfunctions all over the ship? Hold on. What is... Refined platinum is in... Oh, there we go. There's the system status report that I passed by. Huh. Engineering status compromised. Catastrophic damage to primary and secondary cores. Element 0 exposure levels critical. Navigation status. Manual control navigation impossible. VI control locked out by executive command. So it sounds as though the VI went a little nuts. Short-range sensors offline. Unsafe planetary proximity detected at 700 hours. Life support is compromised also. VI control locked out. Shields holding at 100% integrity. Oh, okay. At least something was going right. VI network compromised. Combating potential contagion. VI control of critical systems locked out by executive command. Damage communications array critical, activating distress beacon. Yep, there it is. It's like it highlights something in the world, but it's very, very like a minor highlight. So it's like, what are we actually looking at there? especially when it does so at a distance and it's like a very small shading of blue on the item in question. Evacuation order.
Attention all hands. We are on a collision course and losing systems fast. Report to the escape pods immediately. This is not a drill.
I don't actually need the medkits, but I get some money for scanning it. Although there's something to be said, like, should I wait until, like, there's probably going to be an eventual combat scene. In theory.
Multiple hostiles powering up at your location. Recommend immediate extraction.
Hold on.
Trenton, we've got a problem in the cargo. Hey, Marcus says something.
Ah. Let's take out you. So that's basically what happened. Let's take you out. I wish I had more bullets instead of just 10. Let's see, there's the shipping manifest. That might highlight a little bit of what happened here.
Sandstorm activity has reduced visibility to 90%.
Ah.
Proceed to shuttle for evacuation.
That had to hurt. Gotcha! Damage. Member offline.
Excuse me, sir.
Charge detected. Critical system damage. Engaged. Requesting assistance.
Does anybody have over... Ah, yeah. She has overload.
Controls failing.
14 crates of reflective mech armor. 180 Loki mechs. Looks like these mechs were a bunch of tricksters, eh? One super mech, pretty much.
Assistance.
Is what I'm...
Sandstorm activity has reduced visibility to 65%. Proceed to shuttle.
Oh, that's the shuttle VI. It's odd that the shuttle VI is essentially my guide here, and that we're not just talking to Edie. What are you? Navigator's log. I've already looked at you. Oh, yep, there we go.
Gift for you.
The aforementioned giant mech. That is very rude of him. No, not Kasumi. Excellent. Now, does that consider us to be out of combat? Because we would have to get out of combat for Kasumi to just get up on her own. Also, am I fighting against an infinite supply of robots?
Power. Critical system damage.
So let's switch that up to that. There we go.
Sandstorm activity has reduced visibility to 40%. Proceed to shuttle for evacuation.
Taking heavy fire.
You know, the fact that I'm just kind of leaving Kasumi there, like, I feel as though that a lot of the time, I have no idea what just happened to those guys. It's almost too easy to not really worry about taking people with you because of the characters, but because of their abilities. Like it's almost like a little bit of a Oh, that's like a roll of the dice whether or not this character actually has some manner of influencing the story. And that's something that I realize is incredibly hard to do. If you want a whole bunch of characters and you want to give them all something to do that interrupts the plot. Kind of like, what was the name of the Krogan in Part 1? It'll come back to me. But how he just shoots the villain at the in the bar in the beginning of the game. Found no survivors in MSV Corsica wreckage. Rex. There we go. Rex is the Krogan in question. Cora's Den is the bar. Who is the name of the guy he shoots if you bring him with? But if you bring him with, he automatically kills Fist. He kills Fist because he's been hired to kill him, and that was his job.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Why, thank you, Kelly. Nope, that's not the messages. Last known docking coordinates. Data mining confirms the last reported location of merchant freighter MSV Corsica as the Jirai station in the Strabo system. Possibility exists that clues pertaining to the anomaly that caused the mass malfunction of the mechs aboard Corsica can be found aboard Jara station. Alright. I hope that doesn't mean I have to worry about scanning any more planets, but that probably means I'm going to have to worry about... Yep. Actually... maybe not. Where is Strabo? Oh, it's way down there. I'm going to refuel so that I don't end up stranded out in space. I don't remember actually what happens to you if you strand yourself out in space with no fuel. I mean, like, it's an avoidable situation. Let us dock with the Jara station and see if we can solve this mystery just yet. So yeah, Rex in Part 1, he causes that character-based interrupt. And the idea that these characters are going to have stronger motivations that directly affect the plot. Would be very tough to do, especially consider the, Mass Effect 1 was BioWare's, big game at the time. It was, their, big original title after Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. So, they were throwing the dice in with this franchise as well. Also, it seems that things did not go well here, considering the dead people and the bloodstains. Nothing says welcome, please proceed to processing, like bloodstains. But consider, what makes a character more interesting. It's the way that, it's whether they have motivations that affect the world around them. Mass Effect 3 is a little bit cleaner in regards to this, because the missions you go on are directly related to the characters who are there. Dr. Galwin, at my suggestion, we have cut power to all systems, save critical life support, in hopes that disabling these systems will deny the VI the resources she needs to kill us. This is a temporary solution. We cannot last this out on our own. Dr. Tailsin. But yeah, in Mass Effect 3, you're going around from area to area, generally interacting with specific characters, and the specific characters have different choices based on their own motivations. Morden in Mass Effect 3 has his own purpose and depending on your actions, affect the end of his story.
Intruders are requested to report to the cargo doors for immediate removal from station.
So we got some iridium. We got some more iridium. Just loading it up onto the iridium. Just shoving it in our pockets. People will be like, hey, did you just steal some stuff?
Intruder detected. You are not authorized to be in this area.
I'm authorized to be everywhere. I'm not a ghost. I'm a specter. My firm belief is that the VI is paranoid about the possibility of infection. Its current homicidal behavior is likely out of an inflated desire to keep us from shutting it down. I believe the VI is malfunctioning, and that it believes our equipment to be infected by a virus. If we continue to try to shut her down, she will keep trying to destroy us. Maybe our only recourse is to just do nothing and convince her that we're not a threat. Did it work for this person? Mainframe is locked down for security reasons. So we got engineering, research lab, and living quarters. Let's check out the living quarters. At the very least, nobody's shooting me, so everybody's dead, but I'm still safe somehow. Attention all docks personnel, we are expecting a shipment of mech parts from the Han Kedar facility on Kapik. Make sure the VI knows to accept a docking request from the freighter MSV Corsica. The beginning of the end for the MSV freighter Corsica. Its days were numbered. Locked by station VI. Medkit.
Living area power restored. The living area doors have been closed to quarantine a threat to this station. Advise intruders to engage self-destruct procedures to avoid death by starvation.
So, to avoid death, choose death.
2 doors enabled. All doors disabled. 2 doors enabled. All doors disabled. 2 doors enabled. 5 doors enabled.
Oh, okay. Okay. Truly, the strength of a great puzzle is to not even make you understand that you are even participating in a puzzle. Some personal locker. Stealing money from these dead people. They're not going to need it. Also, it's a good thing the window didn't get blasted out, although I am in the fancy spacesuit. Now, my question, however, is, at what point am I going to have to worry about mechs showing up and fighting them? Because I would be...
Intruders intentionally violating quarantine are requested to exit the station immediately.
Because I would be very surprised if this area ends with a fight. I would actually like it if this area ends without a fight. And we just end up going around, we discover more mysteries as to what caused this thing, and then we're forced to kind of like discuss.
Research area power restored. Beam engaged. Testing area has been locked down according to protocol M29-2.
Okay. So I've got computer 1, 2, 3, and 4. Computer 1.
Reflective armor prototype repositioned. Reflective armor prototype repositioned.
Okay, I should affect that one so it goes
Reflective
through.
armor prototype repositioned. You have
And
been
that-
identified as a hostile intruder.
Oh, nope, not that one.
Reflective armor prototype repositioned. Reflective armor prototype repositioned.
Strange how sometimes it takes a little bit to load, then sometimes it does not.
All personnel take this opportunity to leave the station immediately.
Which is also unexpected because, like, it's presenting the idea that people could just leave. But at the same time, there are dead bodies. So obviously they could not just leave.
Plasma venting in progress. Attempting to reach the maintenance controls will most likely result in serious injury or death.
Swapped out to having a gun for some reason, maybe because of the danger. I'm positive that the trouble with our VI started after the Corsica docked with us. Tailson is looking into the VI itself. In the meantime, I need you to go through the logs and find out everything that was on that ship. So was Corsica always the poison pawn? Nope. Oh no! They have died.
All attempts to decontaminate station have failed. Require more power to escalate defenses.
Okay, we want them to escalate defenses?
Maintenance area power restored.
Yay, they're back on their feet. I'm not wasting any meds on you people. You allies of mine who have earned, some of which have earned, who have progressed in their loyalty towards me. But I believe now I should have access to the, Yeah, you show them. I should have access to the VI now.
Hub area power restored. Central mainframe access granted. Docked vessel detected. Attempting to upload central programming into docked vessel. This is a secure zone. Please leave this station immediately.
Ah, the VI's trying to spread its virus.
Intruder detected. You are not authorized to be in this area. This is a secure zone. Please leave this station immediately. I regret to inform you that all attempts to defend the station have failed. Shutting down security protocols.
Deactivated Jara station security protocols. Escape the station. Okay, I guess that succeeded. I don't think we really found out exactly what caused the virus. Like, we went to the crashed site, and we found that the VI went nuts. We went back to the facility they went to. We found out that the VI there went nuts only when the vessel showed up. So it's almost very circular logic. Was it the facility that contaminated the vessel, or the vessel that contaminated the facility?
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Also, because I did the Kasumi Goto mission, I now have this fancy dress for Shepard to wear on her ship. People are like, wow, this is your casual wear? And Shepard's like, yes. Yes, it is. Information received. Data from the quarantine VI at Jar Station indicates that the possible source of the VI virus outbreak is Han Kadar facility on the planet Capek. It continues. Let's see if we can find our way to Capek. Okay, I guess this area seems to have only one planet.
Anomaly detected.
But it's a scannable planet, so...
The experimental mechanics facility is under warranty.
Probe away.
For your safety, do not dock with or land in the vicinity of the facility
Probe
without the
launched.
proper protocols and...
Scans have found something.
Interesting. Also, experimental mechanics facility. Definitely sounds quite suspicious in the first place.
Launching probe.
Alright, now that I am done scanning that planet, I can dock with this facility, even though they specifically have giant warnings telling me not to dock with it. and see what went wrong here, because clearly something went wrong in this experimental mechanics facility. Let's take Zaid and Morden with us, because our choices are ultimately arbitrary. Well, then I think about it. He can have some Inferno Grenade in his diet. He can have some Solarian Scientist. Huh. I don't know, it's kind of sort of scenic. It's like in the middle of a cave. But it wouldn't be terrible to step outside. Also, there seemed to be more grass. Or maybe just the camera angle kind of implied the presence of grass. Also, the presence of all this chest-high cover makes me think I'm going to get into a fight soon.
Enemies inbound.
Hostile mechs incoming! There you go.
Enjoy.
Excellent. Although I have no idea what Morden wanted somebody to enjoy. Maybe it was that ice explosion? Alright. We got a dead Asari over here, I think. Yep. Let's grab some medkits that we're not going to use. Can I shoot them through the glass? Never mind. Attention all personnel. Our new circuit board supplier has issued an immediate recall on the MX7552-4A obedience processor, which has been found to cause systematic breakdown of associated components. We have now begun the search for a new supplier. In the meantime, discontinue use of the MX7552-4A until further notice. Just for your information, we lost contact with the MSV Corsica. After you expressed concern, I checked the logs. And indeed, the mechs and parts they picked up contained the recall OPUs. We know the Corsica was headed for a Jara station in the Strabo system, but we can't seem to contact them. I hope they're all okay, but I think we've done all we can. At this point, yep, they definitely did what they could. I'm getting reports of mechs coming off our production lines and assaulting workers. Some of them seem to be self-destructing at random. Even units not initially installed with the faulty OPU are showing signs of viral infection. So basically, they have this faulty product that seems... Here's the... they must have gotten regular purchases of this obedience product from the company. And I guess they just got a faulty shipment and that code is just spreading. We're looking at a potential facility-wide catastrophe here. We're containing this as best as we can, but we can't keep this suppressed much longer. When Dr. Rochelle learns about this, heads will roll. Mine will not be one of them. Oh, you'll be dead anyway, but... Dr. Rochelle has ordered a complete lockdown. You are hereby ordered to seal the production line access corridor from the rest of the facility. I realize that doing this will seal me and any workers who remain inside with malfunctioning mechs. This does not affect your orders. It has been an honor to work with you. Huh. Alright. We got ground, gates, resistor. There's ground. Closed captioning. Alright. Alright, so I'm guessing we're going to be making our way to the manufacturing floor. Oh, it definitely seems deserted with all this waist-high cover. Oh, hello. I've located the Asari, Dr. Talarasan, in the production line access corridor. We've set up a barricade and disabled access to the rest of the corridor. I'm going to take a gamble to say that that failed. I secured Dr. Talarasan, and I'm heading to the warehouse to access the production line control room. I'll update you once I'm in. I'm in the warehouse. It seems pretty empty, sir. I can see the control room just above the storage area. I might need a few minutes, but I'm sure I can get that main production line shut down. Let's take cover. And then jump.
They've seen us.
How did they see us? We were so stealthy. Aw. Ooh. Do you need additional voices for your video game? I'm here for you to make various grunting noises. Ah. Ooh.
Combat system engaged.
Let's switch to the hand cannon.
System not designed for specialized ammunition.
Just looking to help.
Allied force casualty. Shields down. Requesting a hostile fortress over there.
I guess that technically worked. Let's see. How can I don't know. I'm not really that big of a fan of the whole ammo situation in this game. I kind of like the idea of not having to worry about collecting ammo in the first game. Damn it. Oh. There are a lot of these guys. Jesus. What is there, like a clown car around the side of this, Are these guys done? Is this actively producing more mechs as I'm fighting them? Alright, I think they're done. See, on one hand, like, I think, like, the combat mechanics in this game are much less predictable than Mass Effect 3. Like I think Mass Effect 3's combat mechanics are more predictable because every group of enemies have a very specific types. Like they have a very specific big boss type, smaller characters. Everybody kind of comes at you in those roles. But this game has a lot of enemies.
No shield.
There we go. At the very least, I haven't lost.
Requesting assistance.
Oh my gosh. Like, am I expected to get past, like, a certain point? And shut down the production line? That's what's going to essentially stop this fight from going on forever? It's very rude of you. Oh my gosh. It's like I barely have time to reload and they've been replaced. You know, that's probably how the what's it called? How the Geth essentially won, because their numbers were just so innumerable. But it looks like I actually got them. I think. Alright. I have crossed one room. Ooh, I can get some refined element 0. Which I don't really use too much. It's only for like biotic and ability upgrades. And at most it seems to just be for like that one advanced ability skill. Yeah. Okay, I want to start with green. Empty space with purple on the bottom. That's on the left there. And white line at the top with... There you go. You know, for a 5-second timer, they got out of there real fast. Shut down the Han Kadar Experimental Mechanics Facilities production line and CAPEC. Deactivated all infective mechs. And by deactivating, we blew them all up. Like I suppose that's one way to deactivate a robot, is blow it up. It's almost comical how quickly we got out, because it's like Shepard types in the shutdown, it goes to a 5. Maybe that was just like a really slow countdown. Anything going on, Calais? Now, I might as well just knock out the Normandy mission, because it's not really, there's not really that much going on for it, so I might as well just clean it out now. It's not particularly interesting. There's no battles to fight, stories to experience. It's more or less about going through the wreckage, finding the familiar locations, collecting things, collecting dog tags of the various people who did not make it off the ship, remembering the characters you met in Mass Effect 1. And it's almost more like a museum than anything else. Though, now that I think about it, it's kind of strange that all this still is here. Like, the Normandy was supposed to have been an investment between the Alliance and the Turians. It is supposed to be a representation of technology that is unavailable to most. Like the fact that they built such a small engine, Element 0 core, for the Normandy is meaningful technologically to the lore of the game, because Cerberus attempted to reproduce the results, but they could not. They ended up with a ship that was much heavier. Talitha Draven. You know, some of my memories are kind of blurry too, so it's okay. It's okay to have that excessive photograin on her memories. I remember that time Joker was in the pilot seat of this ship. But yeah, like, why didn't anybody try collecting? Like, there's a lot that's kind of intact. I mean, I guess some of it is waste. Like, this big whole part over there is waste, but you probably collect some of the computer systems, reuse it. The Mako is still there. I don't know if anybody would actually want to drive it, but it's basically the all-terrain vehicle of its time. I wasn't even paying attention to whose dog tag I just collected. Sorry for your loss, sir, madame, folk. I'm sure you were very important to the running of the Normandy. Who are you? Abhishek Bhakti. So yeah, like I said, that's why there's not... This DLC, it's kind of just there. There we go. I wonder if this fragile crate has anything. It has a dog tag for some reason. For Raymond Tanaka. Sorry, Raymond Tanaka. Whoever you are, you will be missed. Somewhere out here there's a dog tag for the first lieutenant. And then there's Ashley, who is dead in this game. Alexei Dubyansky. Alas, fictional Alexeys don't seem to live very long, do they? Helen Lowe. Alright, so we got one down there somehow. I wonder if it circles around. Yes, it does. A whopping 12 experience points for Monica Negliscu. I'm sure that's exactly how you pronounce her name. Ah, I remember this hallway back when it was intact. It was exactly like this, but intact. Good times. Orden Laflamme. And I suppose that's one thing that's kind of... Like, it kind of makes this DLC a little bit less sincere. What am I... Okay. Is the fact that there are so many crew members that died, but it's like, who are these people? You didn't know them. Jermaine Barrett. Like, I'm sure that it took a bunch of people to pilot to have the Normandy as a running ship. But you only really get to meet the people on who you take with you. Hector Emerson. Like, or it's a very small set of those people you can actually talk to. With the SR2, there's more people you can generally talk to. Like, there's the engineers in the basement, but there are also still a bunch of people in the crew quarters who are just kind of sitting there. Also, I'm going to switch to the pistol, so it doesn't take quite as long to pull out. Marcus Greco. Good afternoon, Marcus Greco. Sorry you could not be with us today. Amina Waberi. Ooh, refined element 0. And that's the thing, like, at the very least, I would imagine somebody would be scavenging this site only because of that element 0 engine. They would probably try to scan everything they could. Maybe this, yeah, maybe that can't be, like, gathered from there. But, I don't know, considering how notorious Commander Shepard was, it would make sense for, like, maybe mercenary groups to show up and strip, because nobody's guarding it. It's free stuff if you can take it with you. Silas Crosby. What do we got here? We got Harvey Gladstone. He'll sell you health insurance or real estate. That's what a name like Harvey Gladstone sounds to me. Addison Chase. Blah, blah, blah. Spoke to the commander about this. All these damned aliens aboard the Alliance's most advanced ship. I just don't trust them. Especially that damned Asari. An Aquarian. What does Shepard think this is? A zoo? Navigator Presley and his horrible, horrible racism. Blang, blang, blah. With the Quarian, it seems she's on some kind of pilgrimage, trying to improve the lot of her home ship. I can understand that. I would blah, 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 babysit my children or anything, but if she has to be on board, I suppose that's not too bad. Blah, 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 for a while now, and I'm taking a look back at past entries in this journal. Blah, 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 how blind I was at the time. I came on this ship firmly believing humanity was on its own in the galaxy. Blah, blah, blah. Shepard brought all these aliens on board, and there's no way we could have accomplished what we did without them. I am proud to say, blah, 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 die for any member of this crew, regardless of what world they were born on. It's good to know that Presley eventually got over his racism, and it only took 3 posts. But you could argue, okay, let's say you could look at Presley's experience. Like, he lived a very, very isolated existence away from the diversity that Shepard brought on with her. And that's the problem with having such a firm belief, is that you walk into it thinking you know the answer to all those questions, even though all of your answers are going to be based on your experience. Ooh, and 7 helmet. Is it still in working condition? Possibly. Let's see, we got Jamin Bakari. And I suppose you could say that, like, as a human character in this world, this universe, considering the fact that the first time humans met aliens, it resulted in an accidental war. It resulted in the First Contact War. So at some extent, you could say that it does make sense why certain humans might distrust aliens. Mandira Raman, considering the lives that were lost on both sides, which makes the whole, like, species-centric argument in Mass Effect very different from just your traditional racist argument, because it is based on, like, history of death on both sides. Carlton Tux. And both sides essentially estranged from each other by both distance, language, culture, everything. They both walked into it with their guns drawn. Irresponsibly so. Whereas racism is not even close to that level. So at some point you could say that there's some understanding as to why Presley behaved the way he did. You could maybe say Commander Ashley Williams, who was also very racist towards other aliens and other non-humans. Like, she was a military veteran, so probably she lost relatives in the First Contact War against the Turians. I've been talking too quickly and not thinking about what I'm saying, so it has become slightly jumbled up, and I'm losing my place. Oh, hold on. Nope, that's Return to Normandy. There's still one dog tag out there. So yeah, sorry, not Commander Shepard. Oh, dog tag. Ashley Williams probably lost some relatives in the First Contact War. But as the generations go on, you would really have to be ignoring a lot of what's going on to dislike aliens. I mean, Robert Felowa, can you really dislike aliens when the Asari exist? That's just crazy talk. A monument has been placed at the last resting place of the SSV Normandy on Alcara, and the families of all missing crew members have been notified of their ultimate sacrifice. Shepard's lost N7 helmet was recovered.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Oh, and let's take a look at this private message. From Admiral Hackett, the Alliance was grateful to receive the information you found at the Normandy's crash site, and we've sent it out to the affected families. By finding those dog tags, you have provided peace of mind for a lot of people. Commander, I thank you on their behalf. Thank you for watching. Questions, comments, recommendations for something to play next? Comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long for now.